Hi, I'm here to do a Blues Clues character ranking. Blues Clues is a show that I grew up with, and I've appreciated it on a very deep level because it's such a comforting, uplifting show with so much genuine heart behind it, and I do like watching some stuff that is for adults, like Code Geass and Has Been Hotel. But there are times where I feel like I need something simple that's just easy for me to understand what's going on and just have some nice wholesome time. And that's really what Blues Clues provides for me, and it's a show that I deeply appreciate, and I also really like Blues Room and Blues Clues and you, and I decided to do a big character ranking for the characters from the different shows, and combining all that, I have 27 characters to rank. I wonder if I'll be able to do it all in one part. It could be two. But there's quite a few characters, and I did want it to be rounded up to 30, but I was able to think of 27 characters that are recurring characters. It would be hard for me to rank a lot of the characters that only appeared once or only appeared in a small number of episodes. And for Blues Room, there are some characters that just didn't make that big of an impression on me. Although there are some that I like, there are some from there. Uh, so 27, it could seem like a random number, but I think I have a pretty solid list of the prominent characters from the series, and ranking them could be hard. The characters are not meant to be the most sophisticated, but they are very likable, charming characters, and I do have some pretty strong feelings for a lot of the characters, and working on this ranking has been a lot of fun. The characters in Blues Clues are really likable. Uh, Almost all of the characters are nice to have around. My number 27 is a character that did bother me, and is unfortunately my least favorite Blues Clues character. And that character is Green Puppy. Oh, I love the original show, but Green Puppy is a character that I'm not a very big fan of, because she hurt Blue's feelings. Uh, her introduction episode is her knocking over Blue's little blocks, her breaking Blue's sweet little heart. So Green Puppy is in last place where she belongs. Ugh. Uh, and to be fair, I know there's an episode in Blues Clues and You where Magenta does the same thing. However, that episode with Green Puppy was Green Puppy's introduction, so right off the bat, Green Puppy came across as unlikable. She really felt like a character that was just bullying sweet little Blue. And she did appear in other episodes and she seemed to get along with Blue well enough, but she never really got past that, where Magenta really seemed like a very kind, loving friend to Blue who just didn't understand that she was hurting Blue's feelings, and after Blue and Magenta worked things out, they went back to getting along so well. So I can forgive Magenta, but Green Puppy, that's a different case. She's in last place. So Green Puppy's really the only Blues Clues character that's angered me, so that's pretty good since I have 26 more characters to go. And so after moving away from Green Puppy, I'm going on to characters that I don't think are that bad. It's just, I feel like they've never really gotten enough moments to really show what their character's like and leave a big impression. And if a future show gave them more to do, they could get higher in the ranking. But they've never really left a huge impression on me. So 26 and 25 are the Felt Friends. They're characters that show up occasionally. They just never really stood out to me that much. It's not that I ever thought that they were annoying or unlikable or anything like that. They just never really did anything that really was that memorable. Number 24 is Polka Dots. And Polka Dots is a character that did have a pretty big role in Blues Room. So I appreciate that about the character. Just not a character whose personality stood out that much to me. Um, but definitely not a bad character. 23 and 22, Ginger and Sage. At the time of me doing this, I believe that they are Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper's youngest children. And they haven't really gotten the chance to fully grow up and fully show what their characters are like. Um, they're sweet and nice to have around, but they haven't gotten a real chance for character development, which is okay. But so they're perfectly fine characters, just not characters that have really gotten to do that much. Number 21 is Muna, a very important character for Blues Room. That is essential for getting Blues Room to be a thing, so I appreciate that about the character. 20, Rory Saurus, a character from Blues Room that I do enjoy. He is one of the characters from Blues Room that did leave an impression on me because he's a pretty consistently amusing character, so I enjoy having the character around. So I think he's one of the better characters introduced for Blues Room. And in 19 is another character from Blues Room, Sprinkles, a very important character for Blues Room, and very important for Blue because Sprinkles is Blue's younger brother. I don't know how that works. Blue was given an origin story explaining how she was created. I don't really understand the case with Sprinkles, but Sprinkles really does help the second season of Blue's Room. Uh, he gave somebody for Blue to have some pretty good, strong interactions with. And Sprinkles is a likable character, and I enjoy having him around. And I don't believe he's ever appeared outside of Blue's Room, which feels very odd because of him being related to Blue, which I guess would seem to imply that Blue's Clues and You isn't in the same continuity, even though there are some references to Blue's Room in the movie, so that's kind of confusing. So Sprinkles' storyline and character didn't quite get to live up to its full potential, but he's still a pretty good character. 18 is Cinnamon. Uh, Important character. Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper's second biological kid. Because I do consider a lot of the characters that Mr. Salt and Miss Pepper live with to be like adopted children of Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper. Uh, when it comes to Cinnamon, he's a character I think has actually been improved by Blue's Clues and You, because he's a character that actually got to grow up. So there was some development and got to see more of his personality. And he's a pretty interesting character that added some good stuff to the show. So I do enjoy his character. Number 17 and number 16, uh, Shovel and Pail. They're pretty enjoyable supporting characters. I do enjoy seeing them. And they aren't as exciting for me and aren't as interesting as some of the other characters that Blue regularly meets up with, but I do think they are perfectly solid characters that have some enjoyable moments. I do enjoy their characters. And I see that this will have to have at least one other part, because it turns out I actually do have a lot to say about the Blue's Clues characters. So there's some of the characters that I do like, but they aren't some of the better characters in my opinion. So those are characters that I would say that I like, with the exception of Green Puppy. But you can let me know what you think of those characters.